and we'll come to the best conclusion as to what we think will work or the best way to attack, in particular, Pittsburgh's defense. But yeah, and then just being, I want to be around the quarterback more, you know, and some of that just means that's where you're going to invest a little more time than everywhere else. That's all. So that's what I meant by that.
Dan Campbell joins us on the Stoney and Jansen show. I was watching a little Red Zone over the weekend, and they had the Patriots game against the Panthers, and they're interviewing the quote-unquote star of the game on the field with an interception and like 6 tackles, and it was Jamie Collins. And does it tick you off when you see guys that you even basically mentioned that it was somewhat of an effort thing, it just didn't work, go somewhere else and give a lot more effort than he was given here?
No, man, look, I'm happy for Jamie, man. You know, and when he left here, there was no ill will. And I knew somebody would eventually pick him up, and particularly somebody that knows him. And look, his best years have been out of New England.
Yeah.
So, I don't have any ill will, man. I wish him the best, and that's good for him, man. You know?
What concerns you as you start to put this game plan together for Pittsburgh? What concerns you the most about putting that offensive game plan together in the Pittsburgh defense?
Yeah, it's this defense is certainly no joke. They've been good. They've been good for a long time. Hell, they've been doing the same thing since you retired. As a matter of fact, and so it's very similar. Man, they're really good at it. They know their own system. This front is pretty problematic. They can rush the quarterback. They're big in the middle. Hayward, strong, powerful. These backers can run, particularly Bush, and then the safety's pretty dang good. So, they're good, man. They know how to disguise. But I think there's a number of things that have shown up on tape. A few of these teams have had success. Cincinnati, the Raiders. There's some things that they've been able to do just to try. And really, it's more, man, how do you keep yourself in the flow of the game? How do you stay efficient with the sticks? How do you, and look, I'm not going to lie to you, your defense is going to play a big part of this. Our defense is, we need to be able to do some things. They're going to feed the ball to Najee Harris. They are, because since they started doing that, that's when they've been winning. They really rely heavily on him, and Ben manages the game very well. And so, our defense is going to need to step up and do some things too. But offensively, we got to stay ahead of the sticks here. And I think there's a couple of things we can do. But I do know this: we got to find a way to get a couple of shots, man. We have to. We got to get some shots down the field.
You talked about even today with the Steelers are basically the same defense, what they've been doing for years and years and years. They're one of those teams, 3-4 decades. They are the Steelers. They pretty much do the same thing. Is this a team that a culture? Because you guys talked about the culture when you came here. Is the Steelers like, I don't know, the team that you want to emulate the most? Maybe not style of play, but the Steeler culture.
I think there's something to that. I really do. Because when you look at some of these teams that have had success for a long period of time, they'd be one of them. And it's, man, that's kind of the gold standard, man. They've done this. Man, they play really good defense. They're able to hurt you in the run game. Of course, Ben's been really good for years. But, man, it's built on defense in that front and its attacking style. And they create turnovers. They do all these things, but it's a gritty, salty, tough group, high energy. And yeah, I do. And year in and year out, man, they're in it. And when you go to Pittsburgh or you play Pittsburgh, man, you're about to go 60 minutes. No matter what happens, it's going to come down to the wire, and it's going to be a 60-minute game. So, yeah, I would say you're dead on with that.
Taylor Decker is at least sounds like he's available. Will we see him at the left tackle position, or are you going to keep Penei Sewell there?
Yeah, tomorrow we're going to go in and let Deck practice. Let him go and get him in there and just kind of treat it like, all right, man, you're going. Let's see what it looks like, see how it feels, and hopefully we come out of tomorrow's practice and feel feel at least one way or another, like, you know what, he's going to need a week here, or you know what, let's go. We may need to commit to this.